What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. It's Super Bowl Sunday. I really wasn't sure if I was going to do anything today, but I didn't do anything on this channel yesterday. I only did something on the big channel, so we're going to go ahead, and I was made aware of this the other day. 818 sent it to me today through Discord. And I decided I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to react to this. Those of you that remember, I already did a video on this is the new Wes Watson, Wes 2.0. He's 6'7". Every chance he gets, he'll let you know he's big. He's bigger than everyone. But this is interesting. Let's get straight to it.
You had two ex-cons. A brother and a white dude. On a podcast. This real shit.
So you never had an extended conversation with a white guy with extensive prison history in such a form?
My conversations with the Woods and in prison, they call themselves Peckerwoods. That's what they call themselves. Peckerwoods, the Wood Pal, all that shit. So when we go to talk to them, because we very rarely know their name. Okay. Unless you work with them.
We don't know names. We don't know names. Yeah,
we don't really. So when we refer.
They don't know names. The white dude was quick. Yeah, we don't know names. Hey, if I got to talk to you, I'm going to be respectful. Hey, excuse me, Holmes, what's your name? Well, this is what my name is, Holmes. Nice to meet you. And then we're gonna speak respectfully and to the point, and then we're going to part ways. And next time I see you, I'm not going to say, hey, excuse me, Holmes. I'm going to say, in this example here, hey, Wack, hey, can I talk to you real quick? We don't know names.
First, when we want to holler at them, I'll be like, hey, Wood, let me holler at you. They don't hear that as disrespect. That's how we refer to them. So my conversation probably, unless you're working with them, like in the Vogue Gate, the kitchen and shit like that, it's really like a quick 90-second to 2-minute conversation. It's like, let's say his people is doing something in the, or his people doing something in the kitchen that's becoming a stir. And I happen to know that he the one calling the dogs, right? Well, let me holler at you. He gonna come off the wall. We might spin one, we might not. I'm gonna be like, yo, bro, we got an issue in the kitchen. They say, your man, you know, because sometimes Wednesdays may be our day to take the beef stew. Hey, man, on Wednesday, man, your man left with the beef stew, right? So we got to kind of do something about that, holler at your man. And he'd be like, you know which one? That's going to be handled. We roll.
That we keep the peace.
Yeah, we roll.
It has to be like that. Yeah.
Right, so it's never like a hang thing. Now,
I mean, I get it's true. You're going to, that's how it is in prison, California. You are going to try to avoid something big happening over some shit like beef stew. But I don't know. That's not the important part. We're going to get to the important part in a second.
Now, I'm going to tell you what's crazy.
Okay.
By LA. In the county jail, unlike Crips and Bloods and like that, you can have modules with us. Well, that's all it is,
Crip
right?
Alley.
Right? Blood, Road, Dom,
Crip Alley. The fuck up, Adam.
All that, right? You don't see abundance of the Woods in the county jail.
Okay.
You don't really see
Why is that?
I don't know.
They're just not
you
putting in
They're
work
all in one
around
place.
it? Yeah.
Because we get one guy working, we all in one place. There
You
ain't that
don't
many
really
of us.
see their strength.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you where it comes from. San Diego County, LA County, San Bernardino County, Orange County, on up to all on up, right? Until you hit the yards, right? And once you hit the yards, and I tell a lot of the new booties, because they be like, yo, what's up? I'm like, bro, that's not what you used to dealing with.
New booty sounds a little aggressive,
No,
or is
new
that
booties.
just me?
No, that's just a new fish. It's a fish.
That's not what you're planning on
No,
using
it's a
them
fish.
for?
No.
Wrong yard.
good.
Wrong yard.
No, it's a fish.
It always has to be something gay with Adam. And why is his neck so stiff? Look at him when he goes to look at the white dude. Look at
That's not what you're planning on using them for?
No.
Wrong yard. Wrong yard.
No, it's a fish, right? It's because they can come in, and a lot of the Woods, right, may come in for some regular fried shit or some regular shit. They may not even be in those type of dudes, but once they hit certain yards, they got to get with the program and fall under the structure, the workout program, how to move, how to make their weapons, Because they're gonna, even if they go in the cell with the wrong one, they're gonna put him in the cell with the right one.
Really?
Because they'll roll their people up in a minute.
Okay.
Right? One thing I did notice about the Woods is like, with Bloods, it wasn't a lot of us in them 90s.
Wasn't at all. You had to be down as fuck to be a Blood back in the 90s. That's a fact.
We rather had 10 good men than 100 busters.
Okay.
So they'll roll their weak ones up. So the ones on the yard was the ones. Right? Now, I watched your interview with Adam.
This is where it gets good. I said it when I did the reaction to this guy, Garrett, the last time, right? That you can tell he was making stuff up. We're going to get into it right now. Those of you that saw it, you're going to remember something.
I checked you out. I was able to isolate your era when you said keep the peace because the tobacco made me move. You're 2000, baby. Right?
Early
Back,
2000, right beginning, right in the 2000s.
Because
yeah.
Because back in my day, you just went to the store and brought tobacco or you got it in the package, right?
Right.
I'm a J number, J49170. So he's a late alphabet or a double alphabet.
I was there, actually. I was there for the whole turnaround of the tobacco. I was there when they were selling the cans and everything in the yard. We were burying cans of tobacco.
Why were you burying cans of tobacco? You see, these are the things. It's like, why are you burying it? It makes no. If you were there when they were selling it, even when they were going to get rid of it, you didn't have to bury it. You bought it and you had a receipt for it.
Tobacco on the yard and hiding, having a homie working up in the store, grabbing like, hey, I need all 15 cans. Like, you know, like we want that because it's you know, it's coming obsolete.
Yeah, now I'll be hearing crazy stories about tobacco.
Yeah.
Right now, I made a lot of money off tobacco because back in the day, I had with the black and gold foot storage chest. So I would load it up. Remember, I didn't drink coffee, do smoke or nothing. So I would load it up with Folgers, Camels, Zigzags, lighters, and Bugler. And I would wait for the lockdown. And I would sell it sky high, right? Because all I wanted was the food. That's all I wanted, right?
We could sell.
Yeah, so I could sell it, right? So listening to you talk, right? He said a lot of, he's definitely going to be the target. This fool like 6'5", some crazy shit, right?
6'7", yeah.
So he's
6'7". He's big.
going to be the one that we say is on with him. We got to put about 4 people on him.
Right.
He's the target. Now, you said one thing that I got to question you about.
Yeah.
You said you was in the gym.
Yeah.
And the one dude didn't want to get out. I believe that, right? You going to be the one to take the fade. And he also said with the brothers, he can get a head up. He right. The essays, Pisces, they going to rush him.
Okay.
They going to play a different game, right? But no way you got out with 20 brothers back to back. For you to do that, that means you whooped
Pay attention. Here it comes.
all they ass. After you drop the second one, we going to pack
Off
you
the
out.
back. Off the back.
We packing you out. You know
Back
that.
to back though, but like that, that's the respect we had. And
20 of them?
It wasn't 20. No, it wasn't. Maybe 20 watching, but it was only maybe 5 or 6 from his clique, his little youngsters that
They
were with him.
let you get out. You haven't been on the level 1, level 2.
No, the county jail. This is a county jail in the Dunder dorms.
What
in the
LA what county?
LA County. This is an LA County Supermax.
What crippled blood in there
700.
with you? One of them was your partner.
It was from Ironwood.
Had to be.
It was my
Yeah,
partner.
you had to have
He
somebody in
was
there.
my partner from Ironwood.
Y'all
Yeah,
had to
you're
have
damn
some
right. He
previous
was.
politics.
He was my neighbor in Ironwood prison, and he was like, "Yeah, this is the way it is. My homie wants to get down with you."
No,
What
listen,
can
for
you say?
him,
Remember, nobody knows names. This guy was his neighbor in Ironwood. Now, somehow he's in the county jail with him.
for him to squabble 6 or 7 on the head up, he was good with somebody. He know that. If he'd have just been in there by himself, the first time he was getting the best out of the first one, they gonna pack him out.
So what even has to happen that it's decided that you need to fight a bunch of black guys? Because don't you guys normally kind of leave each other alone?
What
What
happened?
happened?
Your tattoos?
I'm
Or was
gonna
it?
tell you, man. We all doing our morning routine, and they didn't really get along with the one white boy. You know what I'm saying?
The one dude.
And
Remember the story? It was over a towel. Somebody stole a towel during showers. Now the story's completely different.
and they didn't really get along with the one white boy. You know what I'm saying?
The one dude.
And we're doing our morning routine. and he was like, he was talking to the other white guy, and he was like, he wasn't. I had that respect. 'Cause I done time with them. They know who they know who I am, right? Yeah. Respect, and they're like, he's a bitch. They're like, you're a bitch, and I was like,
So it didn't happen at the showers. And no towel was stolen. This is now the story is changing, huh? It's morphing. Wow. This is why you don't lie. People forget. People forget the lies they tell, but the people they're telling the lie to remember.
and who,
if he don't speak up, he got to.
He's not responding. He's not responding. And I said, who are you talking to? And he's like, man, well, you can come back here and get it.
Yeah, off the rip.
Soon as they leave right here in the front, because you got the little bubble or whatever. As soon as they are.
Now let me ask you a question.
In the back. Yeah.
Your partner, the one you did time with in Ironwood.
Yeah.
He must have some say-so on the dorm.
Yeah.
He didn't. After all that happened, he didn't discipline dude for starting that because
I'm gonna tell
he
you,
knew that was gonna draw you in, and
man,
they had to know you and him had some type of respect
they didn't
for one another.
No, man. I think a lot of it too, man. I mean, the dude names I got the dude who I got down with. His name was Bird, man.
We don't know anybody's name, but his name is Bird. He's moving too fast. He's moving way too fast. So you don't know anybody's names, but his name is Bird. And is this the guy that was a lifer in Ironwood? Let's see.
He was a lifer. And I'm gonna tell you, like he was my he was my doppelganger, bro. Like I never squared up.
Y'all was both the same.
6'7", beast. I'm not talking no run. I'm talking like I squared up with lots of people, but never have I squared up with somebody eye to eye. You big, you eating, working out. This dude, me and him are just like we alphas, And he's like, yeah, I need that. That's it.
Got to give it to him.
Let's go. That's let's go. Yeah. He had 4 or 5 little homies. That those were his. Those are his. That was his section.
Yeah.
Rack. Those are his.
Little Wes, calm down, big dog. Like you're already on no jumper. Just tell him, hey, you know what? Hey, I'm gonna tell you something, Adam, and I will whoop your ass if you don't like it. But I lied, and you brought me back, and I'm gonna tell some more lies. But I'm gonna make them like fun lies, where no one was hurt in the telling of this story. Right? There we go.
They need that too, And it wasn't like we went down to like it was just like jump in, jump out.
He showed you some respect.
Jump out. Jump in, jump out.
He gave you some respect.
Me and Bird though, Bird wanted that. He wanted to be the dom. He got me on my butt. He got me on boom, hit me, boom.
So let me ask you a question though.
He had me on my butt.
Did he fight you last?
He fought me last.
Bird was on some bullshit.
Yeah, he fought me last.
He wore him out a little bit.
I'm going to tell you, man.
He wore him out a little bit.
He did. And I'm going to tell you, man. He had me on my butt. And I was like, we don't lay down. I'm on my back. I'm like this, man. And he came up. He said, all I want to do, all I wanted to do was knock you on your ass, home.
Where'd you do your time at?
Well,
in prison.
Tehachapi, Lancaster, Delano, Ironwood, and Delano.
Got you. Okay, so you did a bunch of the 3 yards.
Yeah. 4 yard, 3 yards, mainly 3 yards. Yeah.
So you fell up under.
We're not gonna say those names.
They got
a lot of those other people you mentioned too weren't on a main line. Because I was in Chino too. They were on the back. They were in the Chino. They couldn't run a main line. They were.
Let me clarify what he meant by that. Is they were validated and couldn't come out. They wouldn't let them out. Not they couldn't run a main line.
They couldn't.
So what area you come from?
Antelope Valley.
You from the AV? You grew up there.
I'm born and raised in the AV.
So you
Palmdale,
probably,
Lancaster.
You probably remember when there wasn't shit out there.
I do.
I got a crib at one of my houses out there, and there's this old man on 50th West supporting because he said, well, you can look across and see all the way.
We didn't go to the neighborhood. There was like a main street, little, the store. It was like the main street and down.
Did your ideology change to where you say, listen, I can talk politics with anybody? Because coming from that system you were in, and I'm going to be real, dude, these Sureños, they attempt on a lot of the yards to control
They do.
The Woods.
Okay.
Because they outnumber them maybe 3-4 to 1.
So they
right?
control them in what sense?
So, for instance, let's say we get into it with the Sudanos, the blacks, right? They might tell, depending on what Wood got the keys, y'all got to go with us.
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit?
When? Wack's number came out after mine. I have never, ever, ever, in the California Department of Corrections, YA was different. In the California Department of Corrections, never once did I ever see where the Southerners and the whites together moved in unison on the blacks or any other group. I saw the whites outnumbered move on different groups. I'm very well aware of Southerners outnumbered moving on other groups. Look at the Pelican Bay riot. You don't see a single white dude, any white, the Woods, anybody, the Skin, none of them are moving with the Southerners. This is one of the things, there's a lot of stuff that gets put out there, and I'm not going to change any minds. I mean, I know the fact that I'm speaking the truth is irrelevant because it doesn't fit some people's narrative. That's a fact. So this right here is going to be in some people's heads the truth, you know, and it's a trip because the same people that are going to believe what Wack's saying right now will say 90% of what he says is a lie. But see, the 10% that they believe in fits their narrative. And this dude is nodding his head. Instead of, that's the thing that trips me out. Now, in the 60s and 70s, there were two groups, organizations that were doing hits, that were taking people out hand in hand, working together. When those organizations, when the all big four was put in the back, there was respect between Southerners and whites, but there was never an alliance. Not the way those two groups had an alliance, but people don't tell that part. It's a trip.
So now instead of us out there fighting the Sudanos, because it be with them, we fighting the Sudanos in the woods.
Okay.
Right? Now, a lot of times in that situation, we'll go on lockdown, and they'll let the woods off lockdown first because they know they ain't had nothing to do with it. They come out first, right?
Exactly. They didn't have nothing to do with it. They weren't involved. That's a fact. They would be runners for us. Hey, Holmes, I need to get this weed out to this other building. They're not on lockdown because they weren't involved. And they'll be like, yeah, Holmes, don't trip. I got you. It's a trip how that narrative is going to continue to be pushed.
But at what point in time did you did your mentality change when you went to jail because you knew it had to? And then when you came home, you was kind of like back to your normal thing? Because unlike us, he ain't had to come back to a whole hood with all his homies. He just was a white dude in the penitentiary. And in there, they all come together throughout the whole LA County. I mean, the whole California.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just structure on who got the keys, right? And, you know, it's a myth that people be taking their shit and all that. I've never been on a yard where people was just
County
bogarting in prison. Because once you get to prison, it's different. It's because now it's a collective.
Yeah.
LA County, you might catch your wood every now and then, only white face on the tier, right? So when did it come a time where your ideology changed and where you like, shit, man? Because Antelope Valley, the history of it prior to is really a white-driven, white-dominant city. It wasn't until people from the valley started moving up there maybe mid-90s. I remember the first time going up there like 90.
All right. I wanted to hear his answer, but let's see.
Up there, it really wasn't a lot of black. Now, it's 500,000 people up there. You got all living was 500,000 for.
Respect to you.
Okay. I don't know where the rest is going to go. If anybody sees this and sees something that maybe I can have fun with, get at me on in the comments, get at me on Discord, send me the timestamp though, because I'm not going to watch this whole thing. It's hard for me to listen to Adam's voice. I mean, I don't even know why he's on there. Like it should have just been Wack and Baby West. And I'm sure Garrett is actually a cool dude, right? It just trips me out when people like Wes. You know, this is another example of somebody like Wes is, listen, if you did time in California, Holmes, I'm sure you have some stories. You can speak on observations, things that went down, and it'd be a great story. But when you start adding salsa to the tacos, you have to remember everything you said. And this was a huge one. You told the same story, but now the first time it was a shower, there was a towel stolen, and now it was just you were busting down and somebody called somebody a bitch, and now you know a guy's name even though nobody knows names. It just takes away from the story. This one I thought I was going to be able to make more jokes on. Shout out to Wack, but Wack, that outfit ain't it, big dog. You're a multimillionaire. You hit the gym. Anyways, man, that's my video for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys enjoy the Super Bowl today, and everyone is smart, man. If you're going to drink, have a designated driver. Call Uber, call Lyft. Make sure you get home safe, and make sure you get to work on time tomorrow, man. Let's be responsible. With that said, everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them. I'm out of here.